Hi, Mer friends. Welcome back to Naturally Mermaid. I'm Ariel Sahar, and today we are here with my YouTube friend, Kristen from Strolling Through Life. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, thank you for having me on your channel today.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Of course.
So I know it's been a while since I've posted a video on my channel, but I've been busy with other sustainability projects, which we talk about in the video that we just did on Kristen's channel. So go over there and check it out, okay? Strolling Through Life. It's in the description box. Now it is officially Plastic Free July. And this is the month in which millions of people around the world make a pledge to eliminate single-use plastics from their daily life. Last year, both Kristen and I participated in Plastic Free July. So today, we're going to talk about our experiences and give some tips to those of you who are going to be participating this year. All right? Ready, Kristen?
I'll be as ready as I can be here.
Okay. So actually, let's just start with, are you doing Plastic Free July this year? And was last year your first year?
Last year was my first year really committing to it. I think the year before I was attempting to try and it was not working out too well. So last year was definitely like my first committed year of doing it. This year, I think I'm going to more so really think and see what plastic I am consuming in my life. It's definitely hard with the pandemic going on, and there's not a lot of like bulk sections that are open, and it's just not the same as it was before. So I am more so going to be looking at like my trash and see if I can make more swaps that way.
Yeah. Last year was my first year as well. And then this year, I've decided to just try to make changes that I've been putting off for the past, year or two that I've been in here. So I'm going to try a shampoo bar. Yes, I'm like completely lost words.
No worries.
A couple of other things that, I just haven't done, just kind of been lazy about. So I'm going to push myself this year to cut out those last little bits of plastic that don't necessarily have to do with food. And we'll see what happens.
Nice. I want to see this review of shampoo bars. So we will see. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, for sure. So when you did it last year, what made you want to try it?
I think it was just challenging myself to cut out as much plastic as I could. And just like the idea of being completely plastic free was very intriguing. Like you kind of see some people being perfect and being great at zero waste. And I am nowhere near that. And I am always making trash. I'm not perfect. So I was like, okay, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to take accountability for the plastic that I do create. I was making a list and kind of writing down the plastic that I was consuming and seeing if there were more sustainable packaged options and just more sustainable options out there. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to challenge myself.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty much the same thing for me. Because I had just started my low waste journey like in April or May last year. And so, yeah, it was a good challenge to really take a look at what I was doing and trying to find some new alternatives.
Right.
So after doing Plastic Free July last year, do you have any tips for people who are going into it this year?
Yes. So I think my biggest tip is to be kind to yourself and don't feel like you have to be perfect when you're doing this. I think saying like plastic free or saying zero waste, you kind of have this level of perfection that you want to meet. And it's not realistic. Like I have a whole channel about sustainability on YouTube and I'm not perfect in the slightest. Right. So especially if you're first starting out on your journey, like just be kind to yourself and know that this is such a long process. And even if you do consume plastic, it's not necessarily a bad thing. We just need to know that if we are consuming plastic, can we reuse that plastic? And some people don't have other alternatives or options to them. So you can only do what is available and accessible to you. So be
Exactly.
kind to yourself. Yes.
100% agree. And also, I would say make attainable goals that will challenge you, but don't set yourself up for failure, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much basically what you said. Be
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah, for sure. And that's smart, having goals, like,
Yeah.
and working towards that. And you don't have to necessarily meet those goals,
Right.
but it's good to have those goals to see if you can achieve them during this challenge.
Precisely. Yes.
Yes.
So tell me about your biggest fails last year for Plastic Free July.
So, to be honest, I was not that kind to myself. So that's why I'm giving that tip. I think there was one point I like consumed some plastic. I don't even remember what it was. And I was like, why did I mess up? And it's unrealistic in this day and age to avoid all plastic,
Yeah.
So I think when I failed, I kind of had that give up mentality. And I was like, well, I can just walk away from this challenge now because I already messed up. So yeah, I would not recommend just walking away from it if you do mess up. And
Yeah.
like I said, like, it's very hard in this day and age to avoid plastic. Like, my flooring is made out of plastic, like it's hard.
impossible.
It's hard to avoid it in this day and
For
age.
sure.
You can only do what you can.
Exactly. Yeah. I would say I had a few, like, to me, small failures. I wasn't that hard on myself. Like, once I went out to eat and I got a bag of chips, like, not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I forgot to order a margarita without a straw,
Yeah, right.
But the biggest thing that I did consciously was I bought some cleaning supplies from Target. And and
Nice.
it's like I totally could have made it. Like, I know how to make, there's so many videos and Pinterest articles about how to do it, and I didn't. And so that was, yeah, my biggest fail there. But I'm gonna redeem myself this year with that.
I mean, it's cleaning supplies, though. Those are hard. When you need them, it's hard to find them plastic free. There are more options out there now, but like, if you're in a pickle and you got to find something quick,
Yeah.
you can't find it plastic free. Even if you're doing like vinegar and baking soda cleaning, like, you're still getting vinegar and
That's
plastic.
true.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
So you're fine.
See, I don't feel bad about it anymore.
Right? You're like, I got a straw. That's it. I'm good.
All right. So what were your biggest wins last year for Plastic Free July?
I think my biggest, I'll say, like, one win is that I committed to it and I tried, even though I gave up at one point and didn't feel successful. I think just trying is a huge win, because I know I keep saying this over and over again, but I just get overwhelmed with the idea of zero waste, and having zero plastic in my life is very overwhelming because it's so difficult. But I think just trying it is a huge win, and saying, I'm just going to see where I can get in this challenge,
Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely. That's good.
What was your biggest win?
My biggest win was, well, I would say two. One was quitting water bottles, because that was that was when I really, really went for it. I got a water filter before July, and so I was like, just go cold turkey. And I've been doing well since then. Yeah. And then the other thing that I really wanted to try for Plastic Free July was buying meat and cheese plastic free. So
that was a great video.
Thank you. Yes. So I went to the grocery store and I had my reusable, I think they're plastic bags. And they were able to put salmon and like sliced cheese in it. And like, I don't want to say I'm awkward, but like, I can be really shy sometimes. And so it was super awkward, super out of my comfort zone for me to ask for that. So I was really proud of myself for doing it. And then actually having them not even care, like, sure, whatever, you know, so
Right.
that was a big like lesson that I learned too.
That's awesome. I can totally relate to you on that because I always feel awkward, like saying no straw, or would you mind
Yeah.
putting this in my reusable bag, and feeling like
Right.
everyone is judging me and it's not a big deal.
Right.
So I can relate to you on that one.
Yeah.
But I think that's awesome. And especially for people who aren't vegan, like not everyone in the sustainability space is vegan, and
Mhm.
that's fine. Like we're all on different journeys. So I think it's great to show like, hey, a lot of animal products do come in plastic, but you can also try to get it in reusable packaging.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Okay, now the last question I have is, what did you learn from doing Plastic Free July?
So I learned that it is incredibly difficult to avoid plastic in this day and age. Like I
Yeah.
said, I did learn that I personally have a lot of access to like bulk bins. Like I also have a Sprouts near me, and that's what
Yeah.
I use for a lot of my bulk items. But again, it depends on where you're living, what you have access to, what you can afford. And it's
Mhm.
not realistic to say that everyone on the planet can go plastic free. And I think there are great things that plastic is necessary for, like in the medical field. And there's just a lot that we, let me rephrase this. We think that all plastic is evil, and it's not necessarily evil. But I think there are a lot of ways that we as consumers can reduce our plastic, but also we have to keep in mind that it's not on just the individual consumers to
Yeah,
reduce plastic waste. It's also on like massive corporations, and they could change their packaging. So just
exactly.
remember, the weight of the world is not on just your shoulders. So
Yep, for sure. 100% agree.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, for me, I would agree that it taught me that there's no way that I can be plastic free with the type of lifestyle that I find comfortable.
Yeah,
So
totally.
yeah. And then, of course, it also opened my eyes to how much plastic I was using. So, like I said earlier, I was able to make a lot of changes that I've been able to keep up for an entire year and will definitely keep doing going forward.
Yeah. And that's awesome. I think it's great to like try to challenge yourself to do something, and then you learn a lot from it. And you're like, okay, this is what works for me and this is what doesn't work for me.
Exactly.
And then you can grow and learn.
Yep, for sure. All right, Kristen, thanks so much for coming over to my channel.
Of course. Thanks for having me. It was
Yeah,
fun. We should definitely do more collabs.
100% agree. Now, be sure to follow Kristen over at Strolling Through Life on YouTube and on Instagram at Stroll Through Life.
Yep.
So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.